Aló.
Hello, hello, girly pops. My name is Ingalera Dubs, and welcome back to Aló. And the drink of the day, it's an iced matcha latte, a strawberry iced matcha latte. And it looks brown because I tried to put the strawberry in it, and it just doesn't look good. But it tastes amazing, so yeah. And if you're new here, this podcast is basically just a place where we talk about life like if you were talking to your best friend. Like, there's no judgment, there's no pressure. You are going to learn something, but in a very chill and just fun way. And today's episode is a little nudge, a little push, a little you got this. We are talking about doing things for the plot because no, not everything needs to have a goal, not everything needs to serve a purpose. Sometimes you just need to do things just for the story behind it. Because honestly, I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like my life is getting so boring. And mind you, I do have like high functioning anxiety. So I feel like if I'm not doing something like at all times, I'm wasting time. So a lot of times I feel like my life is getting so boring and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so repetitive. I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again. What can I do to change things? And sometimes I'll get invited to an event or a party, whatever it is, and I truly do not want to go because I am also, I don't know if I'm an introvert, but I definitely enjoy just being home, hanging out, okay? And most times I do not want to go to these things. But sometimes I will say yes simply for the plot because you never know what's going to happen in these places and then you're going to end up with a story to tell later on. And if you're already loving this vibe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, whether you're in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, whatever it is. It really helps the podcast grow. And honestly, I would love to have you here week after week, every Monday at 5:30 p.m. So just hit that subscribe button. So let's break it down. When I say do it for the plot, I do not mean for you to go out there and just do some reckless decision just so that you can say that you did something. Absolutely no. I'm saying that sometimes the things that you've been avoiding, the experiences that you've been neglecting, is the things that you have to do in order to build up whoever your next character is going to be. Because honestly, I would like to look at life like sometimes you just like it's a video game, okay? And sometimes you just have a character that it's evolving. Like you started in a little like Pikachu moment. Honestly, I do not know like all of the evolutions of Pikachu. I have no idea. But you started in like a little eggshell and then you're growing, growing, growing and developing who you are. And that's how I like to look at life. But if you don't do all of these little things and little, experiences throughout life, you're never going to be able to grow and develop, right? Because we get so stuck in routines. We get stuck into wake up, go to work out, eat, scroll, repeat, and then you do it all over and over and over again. And the days feel like they just mix up together. You don't even know how long it's been since the last time you did something fun, something like main character worthy. Like, when was the last time you did something like that? You probably don't remember, right? Unless you're like super cool and you're like, girl, I do it every day. But at least for me, sometimes I'm like, when was the last time I did something fun? In my head, doing it for the plot means taking that class. Even if you're afraid of walking in alone, you're taking that pottery class, let's just say. Going on the date, even if you feel like it's going to be a waste of makeup and you're like, oh my gosh, all of these guys have done me so wrong, you're still going on that day because you're doing it for the plot. You are starting that thing that you've been waiting for, even when you feel underqualified, even when you feel like you're not ready, you don't have it all together, you're starting that thing. Traveling, if you are not waiting for anybody to travel with you, you're doing it solo if that's what it takes, but you're doing it. Like, you're not letting the fact that you don't have anybody to go with you stop you. That is what it means to me to do it for the plot. Honestly, something that I want you to keep in mind when you're doing something for the plot is that you don't need every single thing that you do to go perfectly well, to be 100% every single time. Absolutely not, okay? Sometimes things have to go wrong and they will go wrong, and that is what builds up your character. But let's talk about what's getting in our way, because we all want the story, but at the same time, most of us crave control. But the good stories don't live within control, they live within chaos. And I don't mean destructive chaos of like everything went wrong. No, that is not what I mean. I mean like the beautiful, oh my gosh, you had to be there, you won't believe this happened, this is crazy type of chaos. And these are some of the biggest like blocks and just like stoppers that I see in a lot of people, and I've experienced myself. And I feel like we need to highlight them so that once you recognize them, you can stop them. Number one, fear of being cringe. Oh my gosh, I do feel like I am a very stiff person, okay? I always want to look perfect, I always want to say the right thing. I'm very much so scared of not being, you know, good enough for my standards. And I think this is so common. Most of us are so afraid of embarrassing ourselves. But to be honest, every single like at least in like social media, let's say, every single person that I follow, every single person that I'm like, wow, you are amazing. And even the ones that I don't follow, like for example, like Alex Earl, she is not my cup of tea. Like she's not my type of influencer, but that girl is not afraid of embarrassing herself. Like, would I have ever posted a video of me talking about a dress that I threw up, I don't know, a year ago? I don't remember what it was, but like, and I kept it with throw up in my closet? Absolutely not. Like, I would rather die before I post something like that. That girl went viral for that, like, so incredibly viral. And I think she was already viral before that, but that's how I found her. And if she had been afraid of posting that story just because, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be embarrassed, or like, what are people going to say? This is going to be so cringe, she wouldn't have monetized it. Like she wouldn't have reached the audience that she did reach, because that's how I found her. I think tied together with the fear of being cringe is waiting for perfection. Listen, there will never be a perfect time. That dream that you have that you've been putting off for 6 months, it'll be scary right now and it'll be scary 6 months from now. So why don't you just do it right now? Listen, I wanted to do my podcast since 2018. 2018, okay? Why did I wait till 2024? Because I was scared that my English wasn't good enough and that people weren't really going to understand me, and who really is going to listen to me, and am I going to start a solo podcast? Like that is so boring. Why did I have to wait so long to start it? And yeah, even right now it's like it's still scary. I mean, sometimes the numbers are not what I would want it to be, but I'm doing it. So whatever it is you are waiting and you've been wanting to do will be scary, so just do it. I think also something to keep in mind is that when we get older, our fears get a lot stronger and a lot more like deep rooted. So listen, you see kids will tell you whatever because they're not afraid of anything really. And like the kids will like jump off of a swing because they're not scared of it. Would you right now at 26, 30 years old jump off a swing? Absolutely not, because you've been building up all of these fears in your head. So stop waiting for the perfect time because it'll never come. Last thing I feel really gets in our head, it's worrying about what other people are going to think, what other people are going to feel, what other people are going to say. We waste so much time trying to manage other people's perceptions of us that is just exhausting, and you end up with nothing in your tank to actually do the thing that you've been wanting to do because you're so worried about what people are going to say. But guess what? Those people are not in your body. They're not living your life. They're not going to be the ones that are not going to have their dreams met. So why do you care about them? And I know that's a lot easier said than done. Absolutely, I understand. But it's true. Listen, little story time. I am going actually tomorrow, or probably today, you're seeing this today. So on the 21st, I am going to a podcast recording with the CEO of a skincare company that I've loved for years, since like 2020. I've loved this brand, it's Coco Kind. She's going to do a podcast recording like live with maybe like 20 people from their community, like people that love the brand, and I'm going to be a part of that. I am going to be there. I think this woman is like so iconic. I actually like really look up to her. I look up to the brand. Like just what she's built is amazing. If I hadn't started posting my little TikToks and my little Instagrams, I would have never met her. Like actually never, because I met her through like a mutual in social media. I would have never met her. So what if I started thinking, oh my gosh, but people think this is so cringe and people back home are making fun of me because I'm doing it in English. If I hadn't posted my little silly TikToks, I would have never be doing the cool things that I'm doing right now. And same goes to you. You're stopping your dreams. You're stopping your goals because of what somebody's going to think. No, we are not doing that anymore. We're too old for that. And let me just tell you about a time where I acted completely out of character and it's actually changed my life. I had been separated for a couple of months and I went on Bumble, I believe. I don't know, a dating app, okay? And honestly, I didn't really want to go out with anybody. It wasn't really like I'm going to go dating. No, that was not the goal at all. However, what I did want was the attention, okay? I just wanted to feel pretty again. I had been married for a long time and I had been cheated on, and I think that really like brought down my self-esteem of like, oh my gosh, am I not pretty? Like, why was he cheating? Like all of these, thoughts and ideas that come to your head after you've been cheated on. So I basically just wanted the attention. I go on this dating app and honestly I matched with like so many guys, like, but I didn't even want to talk to them. I just wanted the compliments, if that makes any sense. I know the girlies that are listening will understand because we've all been there. Anyways, I see this guy and he has pictures with motorcycles. I think I was just chasing adrenaline and chasing the rush, and that was it. I swipe right because I knew we were going to match right away. Swipe right, we match, and I text him because I think on Bumble you have to text first. And I text him, I would love to go on a ride. And he texts back, like, I don't know, like maybe 10 minutes later, sure. Do you want me to pick you up right now? And I was like, oh, shoot. I mean, honestly, when I did it, I wasn't really like expecting that it was going to happen right away. I was kind of like, yeah, maybe we talk, maybe we flirt, maybe it won't happen. But like, I didn't really think it was going to be like that. And I said, just for the plot, sure, when will you be here? And he said, I mean, if I leave right now, like 35, 40 minutes. And I said, sure, let's do it. I was laying down on my bed when I sent that text, okay? I had no business getting ready to go on a motorcycle ride. And to be honest, at this point, I didn't really like even look at his pictures. It was kind of just like motorcycles, adrenaline, let's do it. Also, I've loved motorcycles my entire life. So I was just like, let's do it. I haven't been in a motorcycle here in so many years. Let's just do it. The guy shows up. I do not even remember his name. I do not remember what he looks like. When I'm walking towards like the meeting point, like where we were going to meet, I was thinking, this guy could kidnap me right now and I wouldn't even know what he looks like. Like, because I didn't remember the pictures. Anyways, thank God I was not abducted and actually everything went great because that guy is now my boyfriend. We've been together for 2 years. We live together. It's been amazing. But if I hadn't done it for the plot, we wouldn't be here at all. And mind you, I am not telling you to follow my footsteps, okay? If you're going out with a man, with a woman, if you're going out with a stranger, please take measures. Please just be safe. You know, send your location to a friend, send their picture to a friend. Just like take safety measures, but still do fun things that you wouldn't normally do because they might result in something amazing. And even if it doesn't result in something amazing, you're going to have a story to tell. And besties, think about the best stories you tell to your friends, to your family, whatever, when you're hanging out. Did they come from a perfectly planned evening out in the town? Or did they come from something that took a twist and went completely south and like you did not even see it coming? Where do the best stories come from? Think about it. I think also something that is not talked about enough is that the more things you do at random, just for the plot, the easier it becomes. Because then you can say, oh, I did this one random thing, I survived it, and it went great, I can do it again. And you start building this like internal confidence with yourself of like, I can get over things, I can get over difficult things, I can get over challenging things that I didn't even think I could have before. Because now you have all of this confidence that you've been building up. You attract more people, more experiences, just more things that better suit you because you're also discovering yourself. So side note, if you are enjoying this episode, please make sure that you go subscribe. So side note, if you are enjoying this episode, please make sure that you hit subscribe. It takes literally 2 seconds, is free, and it really helps me grow and it helps you not miss any episodes. Okay, back to like main character vibes. If you've been listening to all this conversation and you've been thinking, yeah, that sounds amazing, but like I don't even know where to start, I got you. I'm going to give you some questions that you can reflect on. Maybe you can journal. I mean, I don't journal, but I know people love that. So just reflect on it, think about it, and it'll help you just become more used to this idea. What is one thing that you've always wanted to try, but you haven't? What is something that scares you, but if you did it, regardless of the result, whether it went right or it went wrong, you would have been happy you tried it anyways? Where in life are you playing it too safe? What part of your life is feeling a little boring, a little repetitive? What feels too safe? What would you do if nobody was watching you? If there was nobody to judge you, what would you be doing? Would you be ice skating? Would you be doing coloring books? Would you be crocheting? What would you be doing? Let's say you're not really into reflecting and journaling and whatever else. That's fine too, because I'm not really into it either. I'm going to give you a rapid fire list of things that you can start doing this week to start building your plot. You can go to a bar or a cafe by yourself and romanticize the hell out of it. And by this, I mean you're going to look at people and make up stories in your head, okay? Like fully, these people are dating, these people are cheating on each other. Like just romanticize. Why by yourself? When you're going alone, you're going to be forced to either interact with new people or just be by yourself and with your thoughts, which is also fine. But when you go to these things with somebody else, you know, you're tied to whatever they're doing. So try it by yourself. You've been wanting to be an influencer? post that content idea that you've been keeping on your drafts. Girl, it ain't doing you any favors on your drafts. Just post it. DM somebody that you lost touch with, like somebody that maybe you guys used to be friends and like there wasn't really like a follow or anything. You maybe just like distanced each other a little bit. Just DM them. Just say, hey, how you been doing? At least once this week, wear something that makes you feel like the main character, okay? I do feel like however people see you, they treat you. But beyond that, if you look good, you feel good automatically. When you feel good, you take different decisions because you feel like you're in your main character era, so dress like it. Have at least one good day this week of a great outfit. Sign up for something that starts next week and don't overthink it. Do not overthink it, girl. Last week I signed up for college. What? What? Yes, I did. I signed up for college last week. Have I been avoiding it for years and years and years? And have I been making excuses of like, it's just too expensive and I don't have time because I work full time and influencing and a relationship. I don't have time. Yeah, I'm done making excuses. I'm doing it for the plot. Listen, if it goes great, great. And if it doesn't, I can always just try again. It's fine. So sign up for something that starts in a week. That's it. Put the credit card down, do it. And lastly, say yes to an invite that you would usually ignore. Whether that is a guy that's been inviting you out and you've been like, oh, no, kind of cringe, no, maybe say yes. If your girlfriends have been asking you for a girls' night out and you've been avoiding it, maybe say yes. Give your future self the opportunity to say, oh, remember when we did this crazy thing? Because if you don't do crazy things, you're not going to have those memories. So let me just leave you with this. One tiny yes can lead to the life that you've been waiting for, can lead to the next chapter that you've been wanting to start. So what if this week, what if this month you stopped waiting? Okay, you just went for it. What if you stopped narrating and reading the same story over and over again and you started a brand new one? Because nobody really wants to look at their life and say, yeah, I mean, my life was safe, my life was stable. No, you want to look at your life and say, my life was so fun. I did, or like my youth was so fun. I did this and this and this, and you have so many stories to tell. You want the plot to thicken. So go make the plot happen and then come back and tell me how it went because you know I love hearing your stories. And that's it for this episode, Girly Pops. And if you enjoyed it, just share with a friend, go subscribe, maybe go even do something plot worthy today. I mean, the day's not finished. Go do something fun. I'll see you next Monday at 5:30 p.m. Besitos.